So we're going to move on here just to make sure that we have enough time for everybody to Austin. And Austin had a little bit of technology issues that he was working his way through earlier. And I'm going to say what you mentioned earlier. Austin's been in the business for, a little while, but not nearly as much as the rest of our experts. He's from our Royal Oak office, and he said, geez, Bonnie, it's like you've invited me to be a participant in the Olympics, and I'm still a freshman in high school. So, he feels pretty privileged to be with a group of people here today. And I just want to make sure that for those of you who are on this call that really haven't had the years that the others have, that, he has something to share with you. So go ahead, Austin.
Yeah, thanks, Bonnie. Absolutely. So again, my name is Austin Bateman, Royal Oak office. I've been in the business for 5 years. I'm just starting year 6. Bonnie said it pretty accurately, is that, we always want to see like some average Joe in the Olympics, right? Just for perspective. And that's what I feel like on this call with Kathy and Caron and Rob. I'm just the average realtor, but, here to show you that you don't need years of experience, a team of agents, or a lot of money to be in the business. So yeah, pretty accurate there. Yeah, there are 3 things that I've been doing in my business really right now that have helped me maintain my business, but also get new business. Those 3 things are all provided by Real Estate One. I have a very low budget. I'm sure not like the other people on this panel. So I like finding free things. So I'm going to give you 3 free things that you can do right now just to maintain your business and hopefully grow it during the pandemic. The one thing is I'm using the One Place Connect as my CRM. It's provided by Real Estate One. It's free. It costs nothing but a little bit of time and some diligence, just making sure that you're motivated to keep up on it. So I have a pretty solid follow-up system. I don't pay for the CRM. I just use the Real Estate One. I made a spreadsheet to tell me who and when to follow up. As long as you're on top of that, it's pretty easy. So the big things that I've found that really help are not asking people to buy houses or sell houses right now. That's not working. You guys have heard it multiple times this week. But the biggest impact I've had is just asking people, how are you doing? How are you holding up? One of the big ones that's actually very effective, but you have to be careful who you ask it to, is, are you still working? As long as you tiptoe around everything, you can be pretty direct. And I've been very successful. I have about a 70% response rate just by reaching out to people that are in my pipeline right now with those simple prompts. But I use One Place to do it. It's very, very easy. I'll probably do a tutorial video later. I'm sure Scott Gaffin already did one, but that's something I'll do in another video. The second thing is I'm not just following up with current business or current clients, I'm also prospecting. And I do that even before all this, I was doing that, but I do that every day. For no more than 30 minutes a day, I just text people in my contact list and I ask them those same things. How are you doing? How are you holding up? And I still get a big response. And don't say anything about real estate when you do this, guys. It's about creating relationships and then cultivating those relationships. So I still write letters. And then social media is a big one. I don't have a huge following on social media. It's never been my goal to get a ton of likes, to get a ton of followers. What I do on the social media, though, is I like everything that my friends post. Absolutely everything. You got to read it, make sure you're not liking, someone's, a death in the family, you got to read everything, but I like everything. I also respond to people's posts. I comment, I react to people's stories. You have to engage on social media. So it's not about posting. It's about engaging with people, reminding them that you're still here. You have to be in people's faces every day in the nicest way you can. Social media is very easy to do that on. And then also another one, I wanted to screen share a bunch of stuff with you guys, but I'm on my phone, so I can't. But on Facebook Messenger, one of the easiest things to do and most effective things I do to to prospect, and not prospect for business, but prospect for contacts, because you have to cultivate contacts over time and maintain relationships and build those relationships, because eventually 100% of the people you talk to will ask you what's going on in the real estate market. What do you know about real estate? Or they reach out to buy a house, sell a house. So the one thing that really helps is if you always say happy birthday on Facebook, and not on their timeline. You private message every single person on your Facebook when it's their birthday. And it's really easy because Facebook reminds you every day. Those are very simple things you can do on social media just to prospect for contacts, not prospect for business, because every contact will eventually become potential business. The third thing that I am just now really getting into and building on is video. And I'm not making video to get a ton of likes. I'm not making video to get more followers. I'm making videos for my sphere of influence. For me, I'm a younger agent, 5 years into this, and for a lot of those newer agents, you have a lot of time, you don't have a lot of money, so you have to learn how to spend your time well. And so right now, I'm stuck at home like all of you. I'm just doing videos. I'll do quick monologues, talk about the state of the market. I just recently started doing an interview series. I actually got the idea from a panelist last week on here. I can't remember your name. Sorry. Shout yourself out in the chat so I can thank you personally. But I started interviewing people. I interviewed my go-to inspector. I interviewed a friend who does refinance. And then I interviewed our Mark Sarah from John Adams Mortgage. Great resource. And I have a few more lined up next week, and I'm just recording these interviews. I'm posting them on YouTube because it's just an easy place to store your videos publicly. I'm also posting them on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. It's where you get most of your views. And then I'm sending them directly to clients, which is what I'm really focusing on. I don't care how many people see the video. I just want to make sure the people who do see it get value out of it. So I actually have two really great stories from the videos I just did this week and last week. I have about a dozen buyers. 10 of them are just waiting around, and that's fine. But 2 of them actually came back after I posted the inspection video. I interviewed my inspector. It was a 26-minute video. I know Karen said, can't stop talking on the camera. That was the same thing with me. So they saw that inspection video, and they felt more comfortable after listening to Terry, my inspector, talk about how inspections go and how he can do a live stream after the fact and do a walkthrough video with the buyer. And they both made offers, and we're in contract on both of those houses right now, all because I made a 30-minute video. Spent another hour around that trying to figure out how to get it up on every platform possible. And it doesn't matter that I only have 100 views total. I got 2 buyers and 2 potential deals out of it. I have 2 listings that are kind of set aside right now, and one of them is a little bit more motivated now because they were going to forbear their current mortgage. They were going to wait, I think it was all the way until August and just really try to stay ahead of everything, but they didn't really need to. After the refinance video I did, it happens to be that the guy I interviewed is also works for the company that is carrying my client's loan. So he said, and I don't know how true it is, but he said, if you defer your loan now, then our company is going to require that you pay a full year of your mortgage again before you can qualify for a new mortgage. I don't know if that applies to every lender, but for this lender it did. And with that information, he decided he could make his payments, and he's even more motivated to get the house on the market and now buy a new home with the proceeds. And he's not going to be affected by that deferment. He's able to sell and then buy new again. So just from those few videos, I've managed to save a listing and a purchase down the road, as well as encourage 2 buyers to get back in the market. So it doesn't take a lot of money. I try to find every free thing we could possibly do in this industry to grow my business. So use one place. It's a great CRM. Prospect for contacts, not for business, every single day, and start doing video. Like Kathy and Karen said, I don't have my makeup on today, but I'm still on camera. It doesn't take a whole lot to do videos.
Austin, thank you so much. And